This is a new guideline which has been included in the October 2016 amendment. That is, doctors should not be receiving gifts, travel facilities, hospitalities, cash, monetary grants for himself, for family members, for foreign tours, etc. From the pharmaceutical companies. So any form of such gifts, if the doctor is found to be receiving, then the punishment ranges from censure to removal from the medical register, that is the penal eraser, for a term of 3 months to extending for more than 1 year. If the amount is more than 1 lakh, then the penal erasure is more than 1 year. Certain misconducts are also laid down by the Medical Council of India. That is, non-maintenance of record for 3 years, failure to provide the information, the records within 72 hours, no display of registration numbers. These are strict violations of the regulations. Indulging in adultery. Adultery is the sexual relationship between two persons when either the party is already married. So the doctor indulging in adultery with a patient or a patient's party, this is also a misconduct. Conviction by the court of law for any offense, for any criminal offense, this is also a misconduct. Determination of sex, by violating the PNDT Act, to find out whether the unborn child is a boy or a girl, this is a misconduct. Then issuing false certificates, reports, documents, this is also considered a misconduct. At the same time, contravening the provisions of the Drugs and Cosmetics Acts and Regulations in the form of, say, prescribing steroids and psychotropic drugs without any absolute indication, or selling of scheduled drugs, say, as for example, morphine, to the public except his patients. This is this is a very serious misconduct. Doctors should not get themselves involved in unlawful abortion. They should not be doing this, and should not associate with unqualified person, in the sense like he has an unqualified assistant. He should not be allowing him to do, say, some operative procedure, as for example, that he does. And even if he knows about the procedure, he should not be allowing his this person to work on his behalf. Using touts and agents for procuring patients, this is also a misconduct, asking sending out touts to bring patients to his own clinic or to his own hospital. And of course, the breach of professional secrecy. Whatever he comes to know about a patient, he goes on telling everyone that, oh, he's suffering from that. This is wrong. That also without the consent of the patient. Doctors should never refuse to treat a patient on the grounds of religion. He is Christian, he is Muslim, I will not be treating this patient. No, this is a strict no-no for to refuse treatment on religious grounds. And of course, another misconduct is the operation or IVF without the consent of the husband or the wife. And of course, one very important thing, this is for our medical faculties, is publication of the patient's photos without their consents. Their identity should not be revealed in any of these medical journals or any publications. As regards the bioethics, that is the medical research, we have to follow the ICMR guidelines, that is Indian Council of Medical Research guidelines. And in medical, as per these guidelines, let me just tell you only a few important points. That is, due permission should be obtained from the competent authority. Clearance from the Institutional Ethics Committee should be obtained before starting any medical research. No undue medical animal experimentation should be done. And whatever the findings of the results that the doctor has should be published. The results should be published in the greater interest of the society. So funding of the research, the doctor should always maintain transparency. So whenever a participant is it has been asked to participate in any medical research, the risk-benefit assessment should always be there. Privacy and confidentiality should be definitely maintained. Then the payment for participation should be there. At the same time, if the participant suffers from any form of, say, serious adverse effects, then should be compensated as per the Workmen's Compensation Act. So what is important is informed consent. The subject must be well informed, must be competent, with full disclosure of the research work that a doctor is going to do should be informed. He must understand what is going to be done on him. Voluntary participation should be there. If he is not interested, then you must respect this his non-participation also. So no fear, no fraud should be used, and written informed consent should always be taken. So punishment and the disciplinary action for any of these misconducts and the unethical acts include, first, the doctor will be issued a warning notice. Then after that, if he doesn't heed to any of this warning notice, then the cancellation of the registration, which may be temporary or permanent registration from the register, has to be done. So this deletion of the register, it will not be done as such from the registers only, but it will be widely publicized in all the local press, in the publications of the different medical bodies, associations, societies, etc., so that everybody comes to know that this doctor is no longer functioning as a doctor. So what I want to conclude by saying the word like, do the right thing, do the best that you can, and always show people you care. Thank you so much.